Alrighty, the Vintage Cube League is up on Magic Online, so we're hopping into that. This is the most recent iteration of the Magic Online Cube, and we opened a Time Twister, a Remand, a Bloodstained Mire, a Fable, and a Grim Monolith. I've done a lot of Grim Monolithing lately, so I think I'm going to take Time Twister. Honestly, it's a little bit different than where I was at, I don't know, a year ago, 6 months ago. I used to think like a Remand or a Mana Leak was better than Time Twister, pick one, pack one, and I think it's close. I wouldn't fault you for taking either of those, but I've come up a lot on Time Twister. I just feel like there's a lot of cool things you can do with ye old Twister. Oh, here's an Entomb. You know what? I'm not doing that. I'm going to dodge that one. Honestly, I'm kind of considering a Braid, and the reason is I think Red-Blue is a deck that can use Time Twister pretty nicely. A Braid is one of the better disruption spells because it's very rarely dead and can usually kill whatever you need to kill in the first couple turns. And I don't want to take Entomb. First of all, I don't think Entomb Time Twister works together all that well. And I'm going to take a little break from reanimating. I mean, if I had first picked a Thoughtseize, I would just take Entomb here. I'm not saying I would never do that, but I don't feel like I have a strong reason to go that direction. And then here, oh, there's an Inti. All right. I like Inti. I think it's better than Robber. I think it's the best card in this pack. Wasteland is comparable, but I'm a little lower on Wasteland and Strip Mine than I used to be. Honestly, I just don't think that those are that impressive. It's just generally not worth combining them with like Wasteland Crucible or Strip Mine Crucible is just really not where I want to be. So I'd rather just kind of take proactive cards here. And then here, Mystic Confluence. I think I like that better than JVP. They're both pretty good, but I like Mystic Confluence a good amount, having that as a big chunky kind of counter/card draw spell. And there's Storm Chaser's Talent, Ragran Triumph, Plateau for like Jeskai stuff, or at least the lands. And then I am interested in Jace, you know, if it came back, though I don't think that's super likely. These lands are still funny. I still don't really quite get it. But here, let's see. I think I might just Brazen Bar. I'm not a big Duelist Mind Believer, and Yuffie Materia Hunter. I don't know. I don't know about all this card. I mean, I think it definitely has potential, but Brazen Borrower I think is just pretty great. And take that over. Yeah, nothing that's like too exciting. There's also a Noble and Infernal Grasp, so this is looking pretty decent. And then here, besides Giant Reprieve, there's a Thopter Foundry, an Upheaval, Thundering Falls. Yeah, Rancor, because the mono green kind of package is supported. There's like Tifa, Lockhart, Rancor, a bunch of Giant Growth, that sort of thing. I'll take Thundering Falls here. Looks like I'm kind of settling on blue-red. And there was also Evora, the 2-drop that makes blood. That card is not too bad, but I like Inti a lot. I don't know that I want to take another aggressive red 2-drop without a little bit of prompting. And then here, the Unruly Krasis is back. Nice. Maybe I just take Firebolt. I don't think a red-green or a red-green black land is that useful. I'm not going to play Saheeli in this deck. And sadly, we're not taking Candelabra this time around. And then here, Orboride, that's really funny. There's a Legion Extruder and a Trinket Mage, and neither looks that impressive. And I don't really like Pentad Prism that much in this style of deck. I think I'm just going to take Seachrome Coast. Jeskai is a deck I draft pretty often, so might as well have outs to it. And likewise, I think I take Talisman here, Red-White Talisman. I think that's more likely. I'm not a big Talon Gates of Madara fan. I had that in my cube for a while. I ended up cutting it. Well, this is a kind of medium start. Nothing too special going on. Jace Wielder, I don't think we're doing all that. I think I'm just going to take Fabled Passage over Darkslick Shores. And at least I have some mana fixing now. And then here, I don't really think I'm playing any of these cards, nor do I think I have much of a path towards doing so. I guess maybe Sarah Paragon, sure. Whatever, I don't think that's too big of a deal. Then here, there's a blue-black and blue-green land. I guess I'm a little more likely to play blue-black, and I don't think I want Asika's Chariot. So I've got blue-black, blue-white, and then a tapped 5-color fixer. So I guess and a red-white Talisman. So I have pretty decent inroads into playing white if I want to. Wow, late Springheart and Noble. I guess I'll just take the Noble. At least that card could make it in. Beseiju, I don't think I'm that likely to play either. All right, well, pack one was not too impressive, I will say. Let's hope this pack, first of all, if we open something really powerful to start out with, that would be a good place to go. But I mean, I guess I have the start to a red-blue mid-range deck. Well, the One Ring is at least a pretty good card. There's a Gadgeteer, a Reanimate, a Lose Focus, a Verdant. All right, I'll take the One Ring. And then followed up with, yeah, there's Oracle, but there's no Consult in this cube, so I'm not that impressed with it. Lotus Petal, Treasure Cruise, Generous Plunder, Stomping Ground? Well, not Stomping Ground. Lotus Petal is nice with both Time Twister and the One Ring. Maybe I'll just take that. It's a powerful card. It goes in every deck. Well, not every deck, but Lotus Petal goes in a lot of decks. It is a good card. No, I don't want everything to move. Oh, well. So yeah, I could definitely splash another color, especially now that I picked up Lotus Petal. I've got 2 red burn spells and an Inti. I've got a couple decent blue cards. Here's a Duress. Here's a Jace the Mind Sculptor, a Dark Ritual, Nova Hellkite. So 4/5 flying haste, pings for 1. Well, a creature, not even a player. And it has a warp of 3. I mean, yeah, the card can do some good things. There's a Smuggler's Copter. Ugh, I really don't like to do this, but I kind of think... No, I'm not taking Jace. I'm going to take Duress. You can splash that off Undercity Sewers, Fabled Passage. And Duress is actually just a pretty good card. So I don't think this Noble's going to make the cut. All right, or will be Grixis midrange. Yeah, the Strider special. Strider loves drafting this kind of deck. And look, now there's Echoes. Oh, there's a Breach. There's been a Breach. I can always take an Underworld Breach. Now we have outs. Taking Lotus Petal. I didn't mention it at the time, but you got to believe me that part of what I was thinking about was Underworld Breach. I just didn't quite get around to talking about it. I also find that the Breach Brain Freeze combo is a bit underdrafted compared to the Cube server here on Magic Online, so I feel good about taking this. Passing an Echo and a Parallax Wave, I don't really care about those too much. An Oliphant, I guess I would be happy to play, but here, well, maybe we're 4-color? Could take Fracture Identity. Don't really have anything to do with Through the Breach. It's not a Mind Collapse deck. I guess I could take Kite Sail Freebooter, but I'll take a Fracture Identity. I'll take some powerful cards. Oh, and there's Brain Freeze. Oof. All right, we've salvaged something out of this. This Inti looks also quite bad at this point. Just one creature that requires other creatures to attack. Let's not do that. I will probably try to splash Fractured. All right, passing a Bauble, a Burst Lightning. Who cares? Because the thing is, and this is also, by the way, the difference between the Cube server and here is Cube server's team draft. If the person passed to me saw Brain Freeze right after passing Breach, they might just hate it. But in an 8-player draft, especially not in a league, or in a league, not in a pod, no incentive to do that. I'll take Soul Guide still. I think it's a good card. I don't think Tarfire is needed when I have a Firebolt already, and I don't anticipate my mana is going to cast him to Turok. Ooh, I kind of like Cryptic. I'm going to be very heavy blue. Even if I'm splashing colors, look, all my duels have blue in them. And I don't think Celestial Colonnade is that good in this style of deck. I just, the 4 damage doesn't matter that much. I could take Gadgeteer. No, I should take Bleachbone Verge if I'm going to splash black and white. I think that's more likely. Which I think I probably will splash. It seems reasonable. And then here, there's Thassa's Oracle, which can help me win if they have an Eldrazi and I deck myself. There's Generous Plunder. I'm not playing Go, Feral Youth, or Ghost Vacuum. I don't think I want Plunder either. I'll take the Oracle, at least a decent sideboard card. And sure, I'll take Nova Hellkite. Maybe that's a sideboard card too. Oliphant came back. Wow, nice. I will take that happily. Currently, I only have Thundering Falls to get, but I anticipate getting more. And Mana Fixing is always nice. And then here, ooh, this is a spot for Leyline Binding. It's good interaction, and I guess I don't have literal planes yet, but I'll probably play 1 for Fabled Passage, and I hope to get some duels in pack 3. So casting a 2 to 3 mana Leyline Binding is pretty good. I mean, it hits anything, which is nice, and instant speed. So yeah, I don't mind this. I still would like to pick up LED because Petal is a little harder. There's just some spots where it doesn't, because it costs 3 cards per mana, where it won't get you there, but LED would. So definitely a big card to look for. It still is Lion's Eye Diamond, but it's a totally functional combo. Lotus Petal, Freeze, Breach. You just need to have more resources. You can kind of go off with LED very easily because every 3 cards is 3 mana. Every 3 cards being 1 mana makes it a little bit trickier. And I guess this draws a card, and I'm not going to be playing green cards, so sure. Take Plagon, Lord of the Beach. Why is he lording the beach over everyone else? You know, that's what I want to know. This Brazen Borrower looks a little bit mid just because, ooh, nice little hate draft from our pod. It's actually a league, so it doesn't matter. But Borrower is at least interaction, but it's cuttable one. The reason I say it's a little weaker is because I just don't get that much value out of the 3/1. This deck's not winning games via attacking. I have drafted plenty of Breach decks that have a good blue-red like tempo component. This is not one of those decks. I'm just going to take Steam Vents here. I do love a currency converter, as I've demonstrated time and time again, but a straight up blue-red untapped duel is really big, and don't have one of those. I don't want Minsc and Boo, Palace Jailer. Yeah, none of the rest of these cards are even that impressive, so I'll take that. Ooh, Hole Breacher to go with my Time Twister, and then I'm still in the market for Wheel of Fortune. Echo of Eons, unfortunately, is gone, but nice Hole Breacher pickup. Animate Dead in Shallow Grave, getting past the same direction as Entomb. Oh, hopefully someone's lucky day, I guess. And then here, this is a hard one too, because there's Vamp Tutor, which is really good at assembling the combo. There's also Polluted Delta. How's my mana looking? I've got tap land, tap land, tap land, but I also have Steam Vents. Kind of want to take Vamp. Troll might wheel. Polluted Delta is very good, but Tutors in a Breach deck are awesome. Oh, look, and now I can take Wooded Foothills. That's a red-blue land, but, has room to grow. Over Suplex, Consider, Oculus. Yeah, easy. Might Form Harmonizer. Wow, really going hard on the double power deck. And then here, I think I want to take Flame Slash over Chromatic Star. That's close, though. Huh. Chromatic Star is nice. I am playing 4 colors. Flame Slash is also pretty nice, though. I guess I have Firebolt and a Braid and Brazen. All right, I'll take the Star. Sure, why not? Any LEDs? And then here, this pack doesn't have many cards I would consider playing. I guess Fatal Push is a decent one. Here's where I would have liked to take another land, but sure, I'll take a Fatal Push. 2 more packs that can have LED, so really nice to pick that up. But failing LED, like picking up like a Badlands specifically, would be really nice because it would turn on both Wooded Foothills and Oliphant, or Xander's Lounge, though I would prefer Badlands and untapped lands better, given how many tap lands I have. But seems doable, though. And then here, okay, well, don't think I'm going to be tinkering, but Xander's Lounge is at least the thing I needed. So passing Ugin, FOMO, Zerda. Guess I would have gotten that Zerda for that Monolith after all. All right, well, I think my mana is pretty good. I might end up cutting the white, but we'll see. Oh, wow, Lorien and Brainstorm. I'm actually inclined to take Brainstorm here. I really like cantrips. I don't think I want Wishclaw. The card is a little clunky. Cantrips in this kind of deck are really good, and I have 2 different fetch lands to shuffle, and an Oliphant, which is kind of like a fetch, and also Oliphant and Lorien Revealed, they overlap a little bit, so Lorien Revealed would be better, because it can go get Undercity Sewers. But so what are my white cards? I have Leyland Binding, Fracture Identity off of Seachrome Coast, Bleached Bone Verge, and Fabled Passage. So I kind of would have to just play 1 off-color land. If I can get a random red-white land that I can fetch with Wooded Foothills, I would feel a lot better about the situation, but I guess we'll have to see how that ends up. And then here, I think I'll take Deep Cavern Bat. Yeah, I don't really need another Bolt that much. I even picked up Fatal Push. And even though Bat is vulnerable to creature removal, that's still a good card. And then here, this is not the green-white land I was looking for Wooded Foothills. I guess I'll take Baleful Strix. I'm pretty heavily blue-black at this point. Baleful Strix is also a pretty decent card. All right, so now we're at 17 land plus Oliphant and Lotus Petal. So I could cut another card, or rather add another playable, or, oh, I have a Talisman for white also. Not nothing. But not getting any duels that are white makes this Leyline Binding quite a bit worse. Funnily enough, an actual Temple Garden would go a long way here. Do I want Inti back in? I don't think so. Yeah, Inti, Nova, Hellkite, Thassa's Oracle. You just shouldn't main deck Thassa's Oracle. If you have to side it in, you side it in. And then here, I'm not going to play Torsten. I don't think I can make the mana work for Leovold, but I might play Concealed Courtyard. It's a white-black duel. Ooh, Consider and Odawara. I think I should take Consider because I'm still actually looking for 1 more playable, and I like cantrips a lot. I'll take Loot, though. I'm not going to play that card. Okay. This does not look too bad. Pretty solid Brain Freeze Breach deck. Wish I had more counters. The only counter I saw, I took a Time Twister over. Oh, I guess I have a Cryptic Command and a Mystic Confluence. So I have expensive counters, but I do have Duress and Deep Cavern Bat for early disruption. And pretty good amount of creature removal. Fatal Push, Firebolt, Brazen Borrower, or Braid, Fire Blast. Yeah, sure. I'll let someone have fun with Scythe Cat Cub. No one likes green, even on Magic Online, huh? All right, let's build this thing. All right, so I think we just basically had enough playables, because if I just add 1 of each land, I mean, right now I'm only adding 7 more lands, so I'll have 16, 17 lands 16 lands plus Oliphant is 17, and then a Lotus Petal has a little stimmy, a little bonus. All right, let's go. I got to play one plains, probably just one mountain. Yeah, this actually looks pretty reasonable because one plains leaves me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white sources plus Talisman and Petal. That is enough. Man, one red white source would have gotten me like 3 additional sources or something. But and then 3 islands is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. So I might even be able to go one less. Though I have Cryptic. 2 black is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black is plenty. And then 1 red is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, oh, plus Talisman. All right. Yeah, this actually looks pretty good. I feel like my mana looks a little weird because it's the fetches aren't the best, or the Wooded Foothills and the Oliphant are not actually the best. But I have a bunch of just multicolor lands that tap for different colors of mana, so you do end up with, I think, decent sources there. Like, because I think I'm going to have another swamp and play a decent amount of the time, or sometimes it'll have a plains. I don't know. This looks reasonable to me. Alrighty, time for round 1 on the draw here, and oh yeah, we're keeping our 1 land considered hand, no doubt. I don't have my hand's a little awkward, but I feel like with Firebolt as early disruption, being on the draw, having consider, opponent mulligan too. Ooh. And if I get to a couple more lands, Leyline Binding's castable, plus Hull Breacher means Time Twister's a good draw, and Breach, we're a little far away from Breach right now, but I'm sure we can get there. Mountain on turn 1 also means that nice draw. Means that Firebolt is reasonably likely to be live, kill an Evora or an Inti on turn 2, something like that. Ooh, they cycling a little land cycler here. I don't think they're lightning bolting my face, so I would assume it's 2 plausible options. One's a land cycler, and the other is they are AFK. Both of them seem pretty plausible to me. Good news is any land, and I can start casting spells. Black is good, white is good, and then, of course, blue or red are totally fine too. All right, turn 2, Blazemire Verge into Lotus Petal. What you got cooking here? Who knows? All right, let's cast Consider. I really don't want to see just basic mountain or island. Oh, that's an easy one. Let's put that in my graveyard. Okay, well, Time Twister means this Hull Breacher is live, but we are missing something. Oh, what a draw. That was actually just about as good as drawing just the Xander's Lounge itself. I'm just going to play it. I could have played Thundering Falls to try to find a 3rd land, but I feel like having Deep Cavern Bat to clear the path for Hull Breacher is better, and I don't need a 4th land. This combo only requires 1 more land, so next turn, even if I draw a land, I probably want to play Bat, so I feel like I have a few turns. Oh, they just did nothing? Okay, well, that wasn't a very good draw. Let's play this. Let's see if we can do a little yoinking. Their hand is Pyrokinesis, Narset, Spell Pierce, Pyroglyph, Quantum Riddler. I guess I take Pyroglyph and pass the turn, because any land lets them play Pyroglyph. If they want to sack Petal to use Quantum Riddler, that's not a big deal. I don't want them to play an island here. Oh, they drew Brain Surge. Okay. If they don't play a land this turn, the game's over. But they probably will. I would really like to draw a land. The one thing that's awkward is that Pyrokinesis is going to make this Hull Breacher thing a little bit dicier. The problem is if I take Pyrokinesis and they draw a land, they could just slam Pyroglyph, and then they have Pyrokinesis back anyways. Well, I guess we'll see. If they're tanking, they probably found a land, because if you didn't find a land, you just move on. You just go next, or you just put 2 random cards back and just say go. Obviously, I want to draw lands, and if I do, I can start getting things going. It is a little awkward that like most of my hand is not that relevant here. All right, they brain surged and did find their island, so I got a bit of a clock on me here. I need to draw a land. Because if I draw a land, we could do some things. What is going on here? Magic Online is losing it. All right, well, I found a land. It wasn't the ideal land, but, you know, that should be okay. Oh, Plains is actually really nice. All right, and let's hit for 1. Pass the turn. And then next turn I can go Plains and have Cryptic Command and Hull Breacher up. Not sure what they're going to play this turn. Oh, they had a land cycler. So given that I know their hand was Quantum Riddler, Narset, Pyrokinesis, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pyrokinesis got shuffled away. Obviously, I don't know exactly what they drew. They might be slamming Narset here. Oh, they're warping Quantum Riddler. Interesting. Okay. They have a play? No? They're just going to chill? All right. Well, I really like that I made it through this turn without a play because we had a really slow start. But now I've got Hole Breacher and Mystic Confluence. Well, no, Mystic Confluence in a turn. Hole Breacher and Cryptic Command up. And I have Leyline Binding, which is not nothing. And then they have a Spell Pierce in their hand, so I've got to watch out for that, of course. Thundering Falls. I don't think I run out the Hole Breacher. Oh, they don't want Mana Crypt at this point in time, huh? I'm just going to get Spell Pierced here. It's fine. Bounce, Watery Grave, and draw a card. I'm short on lands. Spell Pierce is going to get one of these two spells almost no matter what. It's not like they're tapping out a Spell Pierce willy-nilly. Might as well open the door for Mystic Confluence. And if they want this to happen and they want to save their Spell Pierce, then that's fine by me. I get to draw a card, maybe hit a land drop, set up Hole Breacher, Time Twister. Like if I hit land number 5, I can play Hole Breacher and then Time Twister through Spell Pierce, though obviously that Pyrokinesis could be an issue still. I wouldn't be surprised if Pyrokinesis is shuffled away. If I have to, I will play as such. All right, they did in fact Spell Pierce it. I think it's kind of what they got to do here. Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, all right. I guess that's fine because it doesn't stop me from having up Hole Breacher or Mist Leyline Binding. I can't have up both anyway. Let's get Lotus Petal out of their graveyard. The reason I hit Lotus Petal is in case they had Underworld Breach. I could also hit Spell Pierce in case of Snapcaster Mage, but I feel like Snapcaster is going to be kind of good regardless. Okay, what I kind of want them to do is just tap out for a Quantum Riddler here. I don't know how likely that is, but it would be pretty nice. I'd go for the Hole Breacher. It's going to be the Narset. Okay. They're going to minus Narset, because if they do, then I get to attack it with Bat and Firebolt it. They have 3 cards in hand. They have Quantum Riddler exiled. They missed on Narset. All right, I like that. And they're tapping out for something. Duelist of the Mind. Okay. They have 2 cards in hand. How likely is it that this is Pyrokinesis red card, huh? If it is, it is. I don't think I'm going to wait here. Okay, they didn't Pyrokinesis me. Draw. I mean, I think so. If I attack Narset with both, yeah, that seems fine. I was kind of hoping to draw a land, but I will accept this. I guess they can chump the Hole Breacher. Oh, this works fine then, because then Narset goes to 2. I Firebolt Narset. And then run Time Twister. Did it work? What a weird game, huh? Nice. Feel like we maneuvered that one nicely, though obviously weird game. We were both kind of stuck on lands for a bit. This does not make me want Thassa's Oracle or Inti or Nova Hellkite, though I guess Nova Hellkite kills Narset? Meh. I like where I'm at. This seems fine. All right, game 2. This is probably a better hand than the last one. I've got Brainstorm and then Consider or Vamp to maybe get through the Brainstorm cards. I still am getting like Breach vibes from their deck, Lotus Petal and Bauble and stuff, but those are also just fine cards, so who knows. Okay, they're bobbling me, and they know about Baleful Strix. All right. I kind of think I'm just going to cast Consider. It actually sees almost as many cards as Brainstorm, if you think about it this way. If I cast Brainstorm, I see 3 new cards, but then I untap and I don't see new cards because I'm drawing the same card. If I cast Consider, I see the top card plus the card after that plus my draw step. It's kind of like that and gives me more time to set up Brainstorm plus Vamp. I don't think I want to keep a 4-mana play. Well, it didn't work out amazingly because I kind of want to draw red or black mana here. Let's go Brainstorm. And I don't want to play my land first because if I draw a black source, I want to play it. All right, well, let's go Braid, Island, then go Thundering Falls. Didn't draw black, but I am playing 4 colors. Put this in my graveyard, pass the turn, and then next turn I've got either a Leyline Binding if I play my Plains or a Braid, and I guess I'll just kill Duelist with a Braid is probably the play. Just, ooh, that's not good. If they are using a Mana Crypt this turn, then I'm going to be pretty significantly behind. I don't know how good that is. Guess I'm just going to play this tapped, pass the turn. And I think once the Coalition Relic gets charged, I'm just going to go ahead and blow it up. Feels like they're playing with 3 colors. That also adds 2 mana next turn. I don't know. Destroy target artifact. This way, if they have a counterspell and they trigger a Duelist, I don't get attacked for as much. Okay, well, that's down, and this next turn I get a new card, so I could draw a black source. I have 3 cards, 4 cards in hand. Well, given that I can't cast any of the cards in my hand except Leyline Binding, I don't love the situation. What is this? Is it a hard cast deck Echo? No, it's a Mind Twist. Oh, Occult Epiphany for 5. Okay. Way better than most of the other options could have been. They're probably going to get like 3 or 4 tokens out of this, and then they're going to attack me for 6 here. Go to 13. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good clock, but luckily for me, one of the ways I win is just Breach Freeze goes through all this. Oh, they only got 2? They discarded all lands. Well, it'd be really nice to duress next turn. And if I drew a black source for duress, it'd be nice. Guess I'll play this so I can have a Leyline Binding up for 3 mana, and I have a Hull Breacher. God, Hull Breacher in response to that would have been nice. I mean, I'm not getting hit for like 1,000,000 damage here. I don't think I have to cast Leyline Binding right now. I might if nothing else happens, but it doesn't seem that necessary. Okay, they're just going to pass the turn after? Or what? Or is this going to be this looks like a Narset. All right, they Narsetted and probably aren't missing this time. Nope, they hit the One Ring. Okie dokie. I guess I don't need the Leyline Binding here. I think I just play a Hull Breacher. I don't know. I need to use my mana. This also lets me attack Narset here, which is nice. Firebolt again. This time doesn't work quite as smoothly. Let's go ahead and attack Narset. Okay, they're chumping. And Firebolt Narset. And keep up Leyline Binding. They have a One Ring and 2 unknowns in hand. Losing the flip. I mean, they're not even winning the race right now. Then they drew a Thundering Falls or had a Thundering Falls, so they don't have a ton of stuff. Okay. They have a One Ring. Can't really use it for anything. It does give them protection, so I guess I'm not attacking. I don't need to kill the One Ring right now either. Oh, it's coming. Black Source is coming. Do I kill the Narset? I kind of don't want to. I just want to leave up Leyline Binding, because if they kill the Hull Breacher, I will want to Leyline Binding the ring in response. They want the flip. These Mana Crypt flips also matter quite a bit. I mean, this duress is almost going to just be expired here. Hull Breacher is just shutting them down. They can't even cast Lorraine Revealed. Well, Hull Breacher does the job sometimes. No plays. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll chill. The Leyline Binding's cheap enough that I feel like I don't need to do that right now. Do I want to duress them? Yeah, I kind of do. They could have a counterspell in hand. Treasure Cruise. Let's cycle this thing. I don't think attacking with Oliphant is going to be high on my list of things. And then now I'm going to Firebolt a Spirit. And I'm just going to attack them. I feel like the Narset's not really stopping me from doing anything I want to do. And with Mana Crypt out and the One Ring isn't doing any damage to them now, but it does mean it's just worse. And they lost the flip 38. They're kind of getting soloed by Hull Breacher here. If they draw a way to kill it, then it's not good. And that was the land they had in hand, so we don't know what they've drawn yet. Oh, I need to keep Cryptic up. I guess now the Narset is making this Baleful Strix worse, but I think that's fine. I think I'm just going to keep up Cryptic, Leyline Binding, and Vamp. And pass the turn. I just can't really lose if I... Like, they have no spells in hand and they're dead in, like, 2 turns. I mean, obviously they could win every Mana Crypt flip, but if they are definitely not doing that, and now they're literally dead right now if they lose another flip. And I guess I could Vamp here? Seems pretty safe. These are some weird games, but I guess we'll take them. And I don't even know. What am I? I guess I don't have a burn spell left. I guess I could get Time Twister and Time Twister with Cryptic up. Sure. End of turn. I'm going to play Leyline Binding. And I guess I'll Leyline Binding the Narset now. Draw. Attack them down to 2 and then cast Time Twister. Seems like this can't really go too wrong because they have 1 card in hand and I can counter it with Cryptic Command. And play a land, and I have a million mana here. I guess play the One Ring. They have no cards in hand. And pass the turn. I'm really not sure what all they're gonna be able to come up with here to get by Mystic Confluence for 9. Let's see, 1, 6, 7. I guess they could play a 1-drop and I couldn't counter it. But that's about it. So I think this is looking pretty good, I would say. All right. They are done for. 1-0, we'll take it. Alrighty, time for round 2 and playing against the Nacho Mancer. So this hand is, I think, fine. It's obviously not amazing, but I have the capability of a turn 2 Hull Breacher. I have Foot Push. I have a very expensive Leyline Binding, but that's okay. And Brain Freeze is all right. Let's just play our stuff, I think. Turn 2, I'm probably going to want to crack the Soul Guide. I'm playing against green. One thing that Soul Guide is kind of nice with, the Lotus Petal is 2, is Fatal Push. So, some consideration. Oh, Strip Mine into Sylvan Caryatid. Oof, what a turn. Can't kill the Caryatid. Oh, that's a Breachers. That is a Breachers. Let's, do you want to draw a card? Is there much we can gain by that? Let's just pass the turn. So we can't just Vamp for Breach. Oh no, we can. No. See, this is where LED in some, well, I guess in some ways is worse, in some ways is better. The Petal can cast Breach, but I won't have enough mana to cast Brain Freeze, because what I'll be able to do is I can Vamp for Breach. This land will be gone. I'll have Vamp, Soul Guide, and Verge in the graveyard, but I could cast Breach, recast Petal, can't cast Brain Freeze. So I think what I need to do is probably just sack Soul Guide to draw a card, and then hope to draw some lands, and then at some point Vamp for Breach. I could potentially play Hull Breacher here, but I'm just not that close then to Time Twister on mana, so I think I just do this. I just want to see a land. Steam Vents? Island. Island's pretty good. Okay. So I think that means I can actually combo, because then I go, Vamp for Breach, play, oh, they didn't play a land. Vamp for Breach, next turn play Breach, play Island, replay Petal off those 3, play Brain Freeze for, well, hold on. Brain Freeze for 6? That's not quite enough either. So I think I just Fatal Push the Cub, because if I wait a turn, they're probably, now it's just totally fine. They're not going to be able to kill my land again, most likely, unless they had Wrenn and 6. But if they had Wrenn and 6, they would have just ran 6 back, stripped mine, and killed my other land. So yeah, because now they cast a spell, presumably Ramanop even. Oh, an Ursine Monstrosity. Then I brain freeze myself. Oop, no, not the one on my couch. Brain freeze myself for 6. Oh, the only harm, I guess, is if I mill the breach. Guess I hope I don't do that. Okay, I did not. Maybe that was wrong then. Maybe I didn't need to take that risk, actually. Let's see, if I just vamp for breach instead, untap, breach, brain freeze. Yeah, no, I probably didn't need to take that risk is my guess, though. Obviously, this works now fine. Yeah, no, I didn't need to. I don't think. It's close, though. This is where Petal really is not as good as LED, but obviously it's going to be fine here. I guess it's possible that they have an Eldrazi, but as long as I leave Soul Guide, which, okay, I have enough to leave Soul Guide, that shouldn't be an issue. Brain freeze myself, exile and vamp, talisman, consider leaving Soul Guide. I also could have done one less Petal, but I wanted to get Storm Count because you don't end up with a lot of extra Storm or a lot of extra mana when you're pedaling. Petal is tough. All right, Petal. Let's see. I can go Petal. See, I can brain freeze. Petal. Oh, I have exactly enough. Nice. Because what I want to do is make sure I get Soul Guide Lantern into play. Because that way, if I brain freeze an Eldrazi, and green decks do play Eldrazi. Sometimes they play World Spine Worm. It's good. You have Soul Guide Lantern. You can exile your graveyard before a reshuffle happens. And luckily, I have exactly enough cards in graveyard to play the Soul Guide, exile, I guess they're strip mine, sure. I hate how it pops up your graveyard. I'm always worried that I'm going to do that. And then brain freeze, target myself, pay 1, and exile 1 ring, Deep Cavern Vet. I love Breach decks. They're so fun. Underworld Breach as a magic card has made me quite happy. I played it at the last regional pro tour, the one in like Phoenix right before the pandemic. Brain freeze myself, and then the rest on them. Okay. And no Eldrazi's in evidence. Though actually, because it's Petal, I don't even know if I'd have enough to... Because it cost me so many cards here to replay. I actually don't know if I'd have enough cards to win even... No, I don't think I would. If they Eldrazi'd, I wouldn't be able to re-brain freeze here. Oof. All right, well, I got game 1 anyway. I don't have a lot in the way of sideboarding. I could board an Oracle, but I didn't see an Eldrazi. Is there anything in my deck that's bad? No, my deck's great. All the cards actually do look good against them, so... I could put in Nova Hellcat, I guess, but it seems like Firebolt's going to do that better. All right. I mean, I'll run this. One risk with this hand, though, is they are playing a Strip Mine deck. That also increases the odds they have Wasteland. And if they do such a thing to my Xander's Lounge, I could end up not casting a lot of spells this game. But if I get one turn, I get to Brainstorm, which hopefully gets me in some direction and gets me closer to the 1 ring. Because if I can... Okay, good. Not a Strip Mine. Great. Even if it's like an Ursine Monstrosity, I'm not too worried. A Gut. Gut's pretty good. I still think I Brainstorm. I could find Firebolt. It'd be really nice. No. Kind of doesn't matter the order. Land. I'll duress you. This might actually miss. Oof, did not miss. Okay. I guess Fourth Ear Lingus looks like the threat here, so I'll take that. I mean, they are going to get to go... Green Suns for something, maybe something good to sacrifice to Gut, and attack me with Gut plus a 4/1. So I'm on a pretty quick clock. If I can cast Cryptic on 4, which maybe if I cycle Soul Guide into something, that can buy me time to Fractured on 5, but I'm not that close to comboing off. Though I guess I can also just cast 1 ring on 4. So what's their best to get? If they get something like a Sentinel, the Nameless City, that can give you an extra trinket to sack the Gut. That's kind of powerful. We know they can get Ursine Monstrosity, which is what they end up getting, and that's pretty good too. So now they attack, and then they sack the Noble here. So I'm going to take 7 this turn. I go to 13. Do I just die next turn? Jesus. Gut is a lot of damage. Well, they have Dismember in hand and nothing else that I know of. If they don't have anything else, they're attacking me for 9, 10, 11, 12. So if they mill something else, it's 13. Good lord. All right, well. Oh, I guess I can play Soul Guide and Exile Sorcery. That's got to be one of the lesser known cards in their deck. And then pass the turn. Any creature I die, they sack it to gut, and that's just like a ton of damage. So that's pretty sick. A turn 4 kill. Pretty good. Through a Duress, not that Duress does that much to stop them. Yeah, I don't think my deck is on the draw is going to beat that very often. If I brainstormed into Firebolt and killed gut, it would literally buy me like 4 turns, but it isn't what happened, unfortunately. All right, they're cycling Spara's headquarters. Nice. Looking for a 1-drop. Okay, they didn't find it. They milled a creature, so wow. Against all odds, I didn't die here, but now if they don't have Questing Beast, then there's no point in sacking here. Then I get to play the One Ring. That buys me a turn, and I already have Underworld Breach. I will draw a card here. I guess I could have sacked this to prevent myself from dying as well. But, oh sure, I'll Fabled Passage, why not? Island. Play the One Ring. I'm at 2, so I can even use it once? That's really big, because that means I can use it once now and once next turn. And I hope I find something, though. Funnily enough, I can actually delay the game a lot. Let's say I miss, I go to 1 and then miss on the next turn. I just pass the turn, and on their turn, I bounce my One Ring and tap their team with Cryptic Command. Fogs their turn, and then on my turn, I play the One Ring again and get a whole nother turn, though I can't at that point tap it, unfortunately. All right, is this going to be something that does something? Green Sense for 2? Oh, Canker Bloom, sure, is like a defensive play against Breach. Yeah, all right, that's fair. This has to attack, doesn't do anything. All right. Draw. Vamp, unfortunately, is not good either. Okay, so I guess I do run the play I was talking about, and I can discard Vamp because I don't think that one's going to do a whole lot. Don't want to upkeep it in case of a haste creature. Them drawing, I mean, they're drawing to like Reprieve is the card that makes the most sense. Let's just do it now. Return target permanent, tap your opponent's creatures. Oh, no. Don't want to bounce my island. Return target permanent, tap your opponent's creatures. Bounce the One Ring. This is a lot of good stalling. They have a Dismember and Unknown in hand. And I get the One Ring back. And this buys me time to go a Braid on the Canker Bloom to not have to worry about that. So basically, if I see Brain Freeze in the next, like, I don't know, I get to see 3 cards or something. Get to play the One Ring, pass the turn. I'm at 1, so again, I can't use it on their turn. On my turn, I get to draw, so I get to see 2 more cards here, and if either of them is Brain Freeze, then I think I win. Okay, they mill. They attack. I don't care. Gut's going to happen. They're not going to sack anything, I would not imagine. And they pass the turn. I also have Fatal Push, but I think a Braid's fine. Deal 3 damage. All right. Pretty likely I lose here, but I've done an impressive job of stalling. Cryptic Command and One Ring combined in probably nicely frustrating fashion for my opponents. All right. I mean, well, hold on. Technically, I'm not dead. I fractured the skeleton, and then I have Brazen Borrower and Fatal Push. And then, so if I fracture the skeleton, I get a skeleton. They go to attack. So if they draw any creature, oh, and they have Dismember. No, all right, never mind. I'll just draw. Okay, technically I could still hit here. Let's go. All right. Well, that was some, like I said, some pretty good stalling. And I have a lot of removal here, so no, I feel good about this. This seems like a good play. All right, I'm on the play here. That was some good beatdowns. Well, I like this hand. Turn 1 star, turn 2 Baleful Strix, and then I have combo pieces here. Not for the same combo, unfortunately, but if I find Time Twister, Hull Breacher is incredible, and if I find Underworld Breach, I still need the Pedal, but if you have Breach and Brain Freeze, you can often set up they play 2 spells, you Brain Freeze for 9 sort of deal, and then you hope to just mill the Pedal. So we'll see if we get there, but obviously I'm a little scared of Strip Mine, but then, you know, they didn't, they mulled to 6 here. They're not that likely to just lead on Strip Mine. Okay, Mana Dork. I could bounce it, but I don't think that really gives me too much value. Let's just Baleful Strix. It's likely the play I want to make this turn. And then next turn, I can just play Bleachbone Verge. I just think Brazen Borrowing there isn't very impressive. There's the Strip Mine we all fear into Carrington. All right, they have a pretty good start. Let's just play Thundering Falls. Oy, okay, I've drawn land every single turn, which, you know, the first time, I'm not going to bother attacking. I'm just not going to win via combat damage very often. The first land was okay. The second land was still kind of okay. The third land and the fourth land that I guess I got to see, not great. I mean, they did Strip Mine me. Obviously I kept a 2-lander, but I've drawn 4 lands since then. So what I'm saying is 1 land too many. Okay, there is Gut. All right, so they get to sack their elf and turn it into a 4/1. Sure. I can Brazen Borrow that one. It's not the end of the world. Draw. I think I'm just going to play this tapped because I think it's pretty likely that I end up just casting Brazen Borrow this turn. Though I should probably cycle through this Chromatic Star pretty soon. I mean, as things currently stand, I could bounce the skeleton before they attack and then they don't get a gut trigger. But they might be casting like a 4th Earlingus or maybe a Dismember. I don't know, from the cards we've seen. Those both seem fairly plausible. Karizev, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Petty Theft the skeleton right now. This way, if they want to attack and get a gut trigger, they have to trade gut for Baleful Strix. Otherwise, if I just let them attack with this, they're just going to sack the Karizev. So, all right. It means I do have a 4/1 to deal with, but I get to trade off for gut, assuming they don't have anything. Okay, this could be worse. Oh, they have another play. Generous Plunder, no less. All right, well, let's sack this. Just get... I still think I just get Island. Sack this for blue. Draw a card. Okay. Brainstorm. Okay. I don't have Breach or Time Twister yet, but I kind of want to just put these back. And I don't need to Brain Freeze myself for infinite, so I actually won't do it for an additional one, because I have enough if I Breach that to win anyway. Okay, didn't mill Breach, and I milled a bunch of junk. Nice. And then I Firebolt the 4/1. Firebolt, pretty legit here. I didn't mill Breach or Time Twister. Nice, nice, nice. And I got all the cards off the top of my deck. And now I get to Leyline Binding. So they didn't give me a treasure. I'm going to play Hull Breacher, and they have... Okay. They have some good pressure. I guess I can Leyline Binding that one instead. I go to 7 here. Let's draw Deep Cavern Bat. This costs 3, right? Yeah, I guess we'll bat here. Take their last card. Fanatic of Rodus. Play Leyline Binding and exile. Oops. Exile that headliner so they don't draw an extra card. And I'm at 7, and if they want to, they'll probably give me a treasure at this point. I think the extra damage is likely worth it. They hit me for 3 down to 4, but then I attack and gain a life. I go up to 5. Next one I get it for 3 down to 2, so I get a couple draws here. Oh, and I have a Firebolt, so I can just Firebolt this next turn if they miss. Oh, they missed? I can just consider next turn, I think. Let's just Firebolt this, and this way I don't use my treasure. attack, go up to 5. So now I don't even die to like a questing beast off the top. All right. We're kind of grinding here. We've got the board stable and have a 1/1 lifelinker hitting them. Draw. Okay, now it's time. Let's go consider. Graveyard. Okay, Soul Guide, and I guess exile that strip mine. Seems like that's the most likely to come back and bite me if I didn't. And then pass. I don't want to sack the Soul Guide to draw a card because I'd rather actually cast this like Hull Breacher or Brazen Borrower. We could win on beats here, funnily enough. Well, looks like they have a spell. Maybe this beats plant. Oh, they're cycling. Oh, Hull Breacher it. Let's go. All right, get stop their cycling draw, get a treasure, continue the pressure. All right, let's draw a card. Oh, Time Twister with Hull Breacher out. Oh, man. Didn't think we were winning this one, but now they are Dobbs. Well, funnily enough, I guess they're not technically here. Let's just play Undercity Sewers and Bin of Braid. I mean, they have no cards in hand. And I think I hit with both. So maybe I don't even hit with... No, I shouldn't have hit with Hull Breacher. It's not really... There's no really gain from that. There are some haste creatures they could play that would be bad. Okay, that's not one of them. Okay, let's just go Vamp. Get Underworld Breach. Draw. Talisman. Land. Underworld Breach. Brain Freeze myself. And I have like so much mana that I don't even have to Brain Freeze myself for that much. I'll just do this, but I probably won't do it again. Whew. That was a nice match. I got to say, that one worked out pretty nicely. What a game 3. I even kind of stabilized. I could have probably won with Deep Cavern Bat, Hull Breacher, Brazen Borrower. What a game. All right. Round 3 time? Yeah, of course. Look at this hand. Turn 2 Bat, turn 3 Hull Breacher. I mean, don't have the Time Twister yet. Oh, Plains. That makes this all a little bit less good. Talisman. I mean, the Talisman makes sense. It is funny. This deck has some good sample hand potential with lots of weird stuff going on. Voice of Victory. All right. Well, you know, I'm just going to play Baleful Strix. I feel like they're a curve out deck. Let's just play this, make it so they can't attack me anymore. Deep Caverning Bat them. Doesn't seem like it's like super fruitful. The next turn, Talisman into Deep Cavern Bat. Staff of the Storyteller. Well, I'm glad I played this, though I guess I could have taken the staff, of course. Do they not have a land, or are they just deciding which land to play? Probably want to play a white land to use Staff of the Storyteller. Yeah, if they had the staff, I did kind of get punished. Oh, they didn't attack me? Oh, that's an Underworld Breach. Okay. Let's just develop our board, Talisman into Bat, and that can also even let us know if Duress is going to miss. And it can take a creature off curve, or take them off their curve. And let's see. Titania? Oh, I guess that's what the sacklands are there for. Crucible of Worlds and Witch Enchanter. Oh, I'm going to take Witch Enchanter. I don't want that to blow up my Talisman. That's my only red source now for Underworld Breach. Okay. I want to play Hull Breacher. Unfortunately, well... Should I have just played a Hull Breacher this turn, just pass the turn? I guess they were going to use staff, though. It's kind of nice taking this. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I guess they can attack and get another token. Now, maybe I should have just played the Hull Breacher. I didn't really think about just the Hull Breacher staff interaction. Part of the problem is if I pass and they don't do anything with the voice out, I just get completely wrecked. But of course they're going to staff. And given that, I should just Hull Breacher them. Oh, I just drew the Lotus Petal. Okay, well, I guess I can just win now. Underworld Breach decks are great. I'm telling you. Okay. Duress you. No plays. Oh, they really want to sack that to make Wrenn and 6. If I were them, I might trade in Voice to draw cards, but who knows? Take Wrenn and 6. Doesn't matter, though. Land. Underworld Breach. Brain freeze myself. 12, and they don't seem like an Eldrazi deck, but who knows? Lotus Petal. If I had more mana, I could like Whole Reach or Time Twister, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Lotus Petal. And Brain Freeze. Excellent. Those three. And okay, I just see mostly green-white mid-range stuff. Oh, they do have a fast bond. Wow, they're going pretty hard on the land stuff. That's cool. Let's go pedal to the metal. Let's go. There we go. Got game one. I don't think I'm supposed to board in Thassa's Oracle in the dark. Like, the problem is, it's so bad if they don't have one of the Eldrazi. So I think I just submit. I haven't had to change a card yet, and I'm in the finals. That's great logic. No, mostly it's that if they show me, especially up a game, if they show me Eldrazi game 2, sure, I'll board an Oracle. Easy enough. All right, game 2. I'm actually okay with this hand. Fatal Push goes a long way. The fact that I have Fatal Push for whatever their first play is, oh, money. Oliphant is in. That gets a Xander's Lounge? That is perfect. I just thought Fatal Push might buy me time to find a red mana, which looks like it's going to. And that means that I'm not so worried. Okay, well, I guess I'll cycle this so I don't waste my mana. Oh, actually, should I have gotten Thundering Falls? Maybe that would have been better. I kind of instinctively got Xander's Lounge, but no, I should have gotten Thundering Falls. Okay, well, I'll play this anyway. Pass turn. It's a big sweat. If my next card is a card I would have surveilled to the graveyard, that's a pretty big difference this game. I might be just down a card. And they did go Plains Sheltering Landscape. These lands seem quite bad to me, but who knows? I guess it's not costing them something now. Oh, with Tifa Lockhart. Let's go. Oh, I would have surveilled that to the bottom. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Actually, it's a little more complicated than that, because now the Wooded Foothills is actually going to also get the Thundering Falls. So I'm going to get my surveil either way. So I guess it kind of ends up okay, but I would have surveilled the Wooded Foothills away. I don't know. It's complicated. And then I'm never going to find out what my actual top card is. Ooh, walk-in closet time? Oh, no, it's Adeline. All right. This Seachrome Coast has actually kind of gotten stranded, but there wasn't really a different way to sequence. I don't really think I want to braid right now. Okay, so take my turn. Oh, Strip Mine? I mean, my deck's generally pretty vulnerable to Strip Mine, but it actually is going to work out fine here. I somehow just have a very robust mana base. I am going to take at least 3, probably 4 this turn. Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe 5? Looks like 5. Yeah, I guess there's not really anything to flicker too profitably. I can flicker one of their lands. Okay, so I take 5. I mean, God, we're already getting to the point where I want a Cryptic tap draw, but yeah, these cards put a lot of pressure together. So next turn, if I just let them hit me, I take 4, 5, 8, 9, plus another one, 10, plus another power, 11. I don't technically die, but it doesn't seem great. It seems like what I could do is go tap draw to try to get to a Brain Freeze, and then if that fails, I can go Flicker Wisp, flicker a token, and that can kind of buy me a bunch of time too. Tap draw. That doesn't do a whole lot for me. Hopefully they don't just play more things, but I guess they are going to. All right. So I get to draw a card. Oh, there's Brainstorm. So if I fracture the Flicker Wisp and flicker that, Landfall, the double. If they have a fetch land, this is an 8, this is a million. That's still not lethal. All right, let's just this just buys me another draw step and another land drop. And if they kill this, I guess I don't die either. I guess if they kill this and play a land, I probably die. I take 5, 6. I take 14. So if they go land plus removal spell, I die. Thing is, I don't have the combo, and this deck does not go off from nothing very easily. The Lotus Petal issue is a real one, where if I waste too many resources going towards the combo, I just am not going to get there. All right. I'll block this because I'm not really hoping to survive another turn here. There's probably not much they can do that's super relevant here. I mean, I'm just going to get a bunch of looks of Brain Freeze, and if I find Brain... Oh, never mind. All right. Wondering, this deck's good at stalling. It really is. Let's add a blue. The later you want to cast Brainstorm, the better, just because you don't lose reshuffle ability. I think I'll still just wait on the Brainstorm. I guess I could draw a card here. It's kind of close. Especially since I could go Breach plus Brainstorm a bunch, but I feel like doing it this turn is just going to get me that much. But also, I don't think playing Concealed Courtyard is that good. If I go to 6, it doesn't matter. All right, let's just Brainstorm. I'm going to end up brainstorming on their turn. I mean, I just don't think the life matters. And with Breach letting me use basically all my mana, I feel like this is fine. Okay. That's annoying. It's not the end of the world, but it's definitely annoying. Yeah, they get their token. Okay, so I need to find... I guess I've used a bunch of my removal already. Let's brainstorm. Mystic Confluence. That is not going to let me survive, I don't think. Draw. If I play Breach at 25, I have to storm count 8. I don't think that's going to work. If I bounce the Pride Mage and draw 2 cards, the problem is, oh man, I don't even get to do that because then they sack it to kill the One Ring and I don't draw any cards. So I think the play might be bounce Pride Mage, bounce a token, draw a card. All right, I guess that's fine. Because if I just draw Brain Freeze off Soul Guide, that doesn't really do anything. I have to, wait, no, then if I draw wait, does this even work? And then I play Breach, play Lotus Petal that I drew, sack it for blue, play Brainstorm exiling 3, then find... I guess it actually does work. Okay. It has to have like a lot of exact cards in the exact order. I could take a gamble and just bounce Pride Mage and draw 2, but I feel like they're a little more savvy than that. So let's bounce Pride Mage and a token. I guess. I don't know. So I have to exactly draw Lotus Petal. And then find Brain Freeze in the next thing. All right, well, I did not. Wait, no, I can consider it into Lotus Petal. Hold on. Graveyard. Not quite. Okay. Brings us to a game 3. This has been a good draft. I don't think I want Thassa's Oracle. I think I'm good to go. Okay. I would like to play first. 2/3 of the combo? Yeah, I guess I'll run it. And I can go get my Surveil land. And it's a little dicey because they do also have Strip Mine, apparently. Yeah, also have Strip Mine. It's like blending together all the Strip Mines. I could cycle the Xander's Lounge. I'm not sure that I really want to, but I could definitely do it. All right, let's get Thundering Falls. Any Underworld Breaches? Oliphant? No, that's just another land. All right, take my turn. The rest, definitely not amazing. Let's just play Talisman here. I just kind of think I want to cycle the Xander's Lounge. I don't know. I have a 1-card win. I feel like it doesn't go that wrong if I cycle. Yeah, sure. That doesn't... It's a good card. It's actually... This is a really strong combo, too. But it doesn't really bother me here. All right, let's cycle the Xander's Lounge. So if I draw a black source, I would duress. I could throw away this to Leyline Binding. Oh, no, I had to play the Plains to do that. Never mind. I could throw it away to duress. Maybe that's worth it. I kind of like saving the Storm Count because I do have to worry about that one in the Breach deck. But they don't seem to be playing any non-creatures, so I'm not that worried. They are going to get to pump their Voice of Victory here, or their Guide of Souls. They probably should pump Guide of Souls. I don't know. I'm going to play Leyline Binding next turn. I guess you can pump Voice to make it attack better, but this distributes your attacks a lot better. All right, this is a pretty fast clock, not going to lie. Any brain freezes? There's the black land. Well, maybe at this point I probably should just duress here. I'm definitely going to Leyline Binding now. Overlord of the Mistmoor, sure. Leyline Binding for 3 minutes. Because they have Mother Rune, so if I don't do it now, it's not going to work out great. I think I just hit the Guide of Souls. That's the one that represents more damage. And I don't think I Brain Freeze here. If I draw Breach, I can just play Breach and Brain Freeze, and that'll be enough. So, all right. Brain Freeze, or Underworld Breach Waiting Room here. They get to Guide of Souls, attack me. Oh, they should attack me with the Mother of Runes. It's actually lethal if they do. Yeah, they didn't. It doesn't surprise me. People never do, but I go to 9 here, and now they can attack for 3, 7, 8. So it's actually going to buy me a turn. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. They didn't really think about it because, no one ever attacks with Mother of Runes. But, all right, if Underworld Breach is my top card, then I win the game, most likely, assuming they didn't draw something. If Time Twister is my top card, we get to sweat. And otherwise, I of course could draw the One Ring or Cryptic Command. Mystic Confluence actually doesn't quite do it. All right, I'm at 2. Let's draw. Let's go. I have F6. Let's do it. That's not it. All right. 2-1 with an okay Breach deck. Not an amazing one by any stretch. And end of the game. We don't get to see what went on there. Just had to hit the Underworld Breach card in order to win the game. It did not. So I win with Breach. Time Twister gets me 7 new ones, but then I have to kind of assemble the whole combo again because it reshuffles. One Ring buys me basically 2 draws. Cryptic Command also 2 draws. So I wasn't in an amazing spot. They had a pretty good amount of pressure. Got to give them props for that. Guide of Souls into Voice of Victory. A lot of damage. And you know what? That'll do it for today. Hope you had a good time. I sure did. This was a fun play in a league draft. Probably do some more league drafts while it's up. It's fun to get different experiences other than team drafts. You get some kind of sweet decks that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And you know what? Underworld Breach, you still didn't let me down. We're still pals. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.